of number 7. They are called the seeker. The number 7 is the seeker, the thinker, the searcher of truth. The 7 doesn't take anything at face value. It's always trying to understand the underlying, hidden truths. The 7 knows that nothing is exactly as it seems and that reality is often hidden behind illusions. A person who has a chart dominated by the 7 is usually easily picked out of a group. He will be somewhat introverted, perhaps shy, never truly comfortable in social settings. The 7 is the intellectual, but his intellect is not always obvious, especially at an early age. His intelligence is that of a dreamer, an intellectual explorer of the obscure, the person who tends to have a somewhat offbeat perspective on the world around him. Many are interested in the metaphysical, not because they are believers, but because it allows access to an ambiguous, abstract world of questions for which there are no clear answers. The 7 is spiritual, but not religious. In fact, the age-old questions of what life is all about. Why am we here? Who am we? And so forth. Never teach the status of clichés, but are essential to the 7's life experience, and unless he finds the answers, he will not stop looking for them until he dies. The 7 can be aloof, hates gossip, and is immune to small-minded backstabbing. Money means nothing to him, and he will never make a choice or a decision based on an expected financial outcome. There is a dry, usually misunderstood sense of humor to the 7, yet he is unable to remember a single joke. He is not jovial and never superficial. He has excellent taste and a natural love and understanding of art. He dislikes and completely ignores fashion and is attracted to eccentric, unpopular people. The popular, beautiful but shallow people bore him to no end. He is not usually interested in politics but has a strong sense of justice. The 7 is physically lanky and tall, but not athletic and doesn't care about sports. 7 are not warriors, but you may find some people with 7 dominating the charts in the military, most like as analysts or strategic planners. More often, however, you will find them in the world of academics and science, police detectives, laboratory researchers, and other careers where logical, methodical analysis of facts are main requirements of the job. Now, I'll tell you something more about 7. 7 are opinionated and tend to know something about everything, which can be annoying. They are not always honest, often choosing a more interesting truth than the actual truth. Many people are uncomfortable around the 7 due to penetrating eyes and the sense that even when he seems to be listening, he is actually analyzing the shape of your eyes and the crevices of your earlobes. The 7 tends to be a loner. Women with dominant 7s are often beautiful. If you can get past the granny glasses and the carelessly chosen clothes, they don't like to fuss in front of the mirror, but can be very charming and will take a room full of them in any discussion, completely unconscious of the fact that many of them have something completely different in mind. On the negative side, the 7 can be cynical, verbally abusive, arrogant, and oblivious of the pain and suffering of others. They can be cold-hearted and cruel, showing a lack of empathy. Other people's problems simply don't interest them. Yet, when it comes to their own troubles, they expect everyone to feel for them. They are terrible and demanding patients, exasperating, know-it-alls, and just plain inconsiderable and boorish. They can be selfish and antisocial. What is unique about the 7 is that his or her mind is his greatest tool and at the same time his great limitation. Rational, flexible, and hungry for knowledge. The mind of the 7 goes places other numbers rarely attain. His imagination is vast and powerful, which helps to guide him into the spiritual stratosphere few people ever reach. but it is always mental and rational, never divine. The satisfaction and happiness he finds from mental explorations allows him to spend long hours in solitude and enjoy it. Yet at the same time, he puts too much faith in the power of the mind, thereby limiting the potential humans having experiencing the essence of life, as it can be experienced only in feeling and not in words. It is said that if you can speak the Tao, you do not know the Tao. If you speak the word, you do not know the word. Life in its purest form can only be felt and experienced, never rationalized. For the seven to reach a height of spiritual wisdom, it must, as all others, travel beyond the limitations of the mind and allow divine silence to spit its secret. It is the essence of the seven that almost symbolizes our struggle to know and understand. Thank you.